Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Teen Nerd Herd podcast, where our best advice here is if you want to do it right, click what you like. But you know how it goes for Fanime Talks. It's always, if you want to view it right, anime for life. But today, you guys, we are rolling out a new segment, a segment that has definitely been in the works for, a hot minute. And so we are happy to bring to you guys Behind the Costume, which is a segment that is highlighting cosplayers. You guys, I mean, you guys go to the con experience, you guys go for comics, art, the art walks, art,
Artist Alley.
yes, and very much that contributes to the whole experience are cosplayers, you guys. So we are happy to introduce Snarky J, our first cosplayer of the segment. So say what's up to the crowd, Snarky J.
Real stoked to be here, y'all.
Ooh, we're stoked to have you.
Yes, we are happy to have you. But so we really want to get into this. But Steve, before we get into that, how's it going? How's your weekend, brother?
It's going great, my brother. Weekend was good. Got a lot done, and I'm ready to hit it. I'm ready to get that 4-day weekend started. Let's just say that, man.
Let's
just
right.
Get past. We got past Monday. Let's get past Tuesday and Wednesday.
There we go.
But before that, let's go ahead and holler at the Team Nerd Herd moderators.
That's right.
The 4 horsemen, man. The Ric Flair of it all. You got Brother Rudy, brother number 1. Woo! All right, what's going on, Brother Rudy? Brother number 2, something wrong. Something right's always going to happen when he's around. Brother number 3, D-Anime, etc. Senpai. He's already out there, man, just cruising. And then you got Glenn 2K12, my horror mono. What's cracking? That's brother number 4. And then you got the music, those luscious beats coming into the Team Nerd Herd podcast. Shout out to DJ Abomination and Playing Close D. What's going on, Darian? All right, let's go ahead and take a swan dive into this herd chat, man. Let's go ahead and see what we got already out the gate. Brother number 1, Brother Rudy. We got
Rudy,
my man Lord Chucks over at the BLCC. What's cracking, my hermano? Man, you got a bleeding star coming down from astral protecting from other galaxies and beyond.
That's right.
And then you got Cyclops, man. You got Alonzo, man. The Team Nerd Herd podcast. And Lita,
right?
Yeah, look at this. You got D-Anime, etc. You got Anna Monday, man. We got some cosplay coming up.
Yay!
Hey, all right. Let's go ahead and you got Evo Mikes. What's going on, Evo Mikes? What's cracking, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yep.
Thank you for walking on by. You got our girl Inja, the beheader Binja, with her katana blade sliced out. She also does a little cosplay and dabbles. I've seen it. I've seen you, girl.
That's right. We all seen it, yo.
Yeah.
She's about that life too.
Swaggy, what's going on? Uncanny Swag, man. If you missed him, man, he was on the Low Grades podcast on Friday, man. He was rocking and rolling with them.
Yeah, always a good time.
Good to always see something. Good. Yeah, it's always good to see him, man. Let's see. You got Brandon, Looney Tunes fan. What's up, Doc?
What's up, Brandon?
On, man? I was gonna hit him with a Tasmanian devil, but we can't get that crazy out the gate.
Oh yeah, dude.
Jay might just be like drop off real quick. She'll be like,
y'all gotta build to that.
She's like, what did I get myself into? What's going on? Geek Driven. What's going on, our brother Jeff? Geek Driven, man. What's cracking? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. All right, I think we are all caught up for now. We'll go ahead and highlight you guys in the chat.
That's
and
right,
Eric. I deliver this back to you.
All right, you guys. So I did ask, if we could just do like a quick little icebreaker question, just because you guys, Snarky J is just very easy to talk to. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to also get that feel before we just get into the questions. So Snarky, you said I could surprise you with the question. What's up, Zen Multiverse? How you doing? What's up, Fuzzy Fuzz? So my question for you is, when you were a little girl, what were your go-to Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh man. Um,
Real
I'll
good.
be honest, I've been terrible with technology my whole life. So my grandmother and my dad would record stuff to VCR tapes and put them on for me.
Yeah.
And I was watching when I was younger the Space Rangers. They had a Buzz Lightyear show that was really cool, and I was obsessed with Buzz Lightyear. Like Buzz Lightyear was my Boba Fett before I knew who Boba Fett was. I was
Oh,
in love. And so yeah, every Saturday morning I had Space Rangers, and then I did a little Teen Titans too when I was a kid.
oh, nice. Nice.
Teen
Good.
Titans. Now, was it the Cartoon Network one, or was it the OG with the
No,
great
the
storyline?
like the OG one.
That's right. That's
That's where I
true
found my
blue.
love for Ravens. So
Yes. Yeah, she was always one of my favorites too, man.
yeah.
Raven's legit. Raven's legit. Steve,
What's up, brother?
fire a question first, Narky J, before we get into this, because she's quick with it.
All right. So now in the back, we were talking that you do like to bake, and you make a mean key lime pie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I know normally when you're baking for others, you really don't get that taste. But aside, if you weren't baking and it's a Saturday night and you had a sweet tooth, what's it going to be? What's going to be the first choice right out the gate?
Oh man. Oh,
And it
I've
could
got
be
s-
anything.
I've got
Ice
such a
cream.
sweet tooth for so many things. I gotta say, I'm real weak for Cinnabon. I love cinnamon anything. Cinnamon anything gets me.
Nice.
I love a Cinnabon. I have costumes with very tight tolerances, so I haven't set foot near a Cinnabon in like a year and a half because I just won't let it happen. But my love is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't argue with you on that one. Cinnamon buns are good. They
Yeah.
are legit.
I wouldn't even be able to do cinnamon like cosplay because I probably couldn't even fit in my thing. If I sneezed, it just rip. I'd be like, no, what a piece of crystal.
That could be a part. That could be a part of the gimmick right there, yo.
Oh, dude. Like, what are you
It's a
trying to be?
surprise. You don't know when it's gonna happen.
That's right.
What are you trying to be? I'm a fat guy that tried to get in this costume. What do you think? Horrible.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I mean, yep, you're right, dude. You come quick with the questions. I mean, right off the dome, surprise questions. You nailed it, girl. So now that we got that out the way, let's get into the actual questions that we have for you, because there is a lot that goes into this craft, this art. And so before we start to get into that, I want to know, how did you first get into cosplaying, and who was your first character that you portrayed?
So I've always loved dressing up. That's been a thing since I was a kid. I'd run around, in cat ears and things like that. I've always been a real dope and a real ham about everything. So back in like 2016, one of my friends, I told you I'm terrible with technology. I don't know when anything is coming out. Don't ask me. I don't know release dates. I don't know what's in beta. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
And so apparently Overwatch was
Marshall.
in beta.
What's up, Marshall Lewis?
And he went ahead and he told me, he's like, there's this character you're really gonna like. He's your type. And I was like, what are you talking about? So he pulls up McCree, and or I guess what's his name now? Cassidy, something, Cole Cassidy, whatever. You know what I mean. So cowboy, metal arm, long hair. I was like, done, let's do it. But I couldn't find the costume anywhere. So, once I got into the game and I really liked it and I liked the lore, I liked the character, couldn't find it. And I was telling my dad, I was like, I love this character. I'd love to be him for Halloween, and I can't find it. And we were trying to look up how to build armor, and I came across Evil Ted Smith. He's got a YouTube channel with some great videos and patterns and stuff like that. And through that, I ended up finding the cosplay community, and I pretty much, that was my first thing I ever pretty much cosplayed, was McCree, and I wore that out to a convention. It was cool because Overwatch was relevant back then, so I was walking around and people were asking me what time it was all day. Super cool, super cool. I got bit by the bug right then.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so how old were you?
I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, dude. So you're in high school and just got the bug right there, got the itch for the game.
I didn't have anything better to do. I was a band geek, so I was like, if I'm not playing saxophone, might as well be with the nerds. That's where I belong.
Hey,
you're
man.
in great company.
That's right. This is what this community is all about, especially if you're playing the saxophone, Lisa Simpson style. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, especially that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's something to do, right? So
there you go. Sure. That's right.
So, I will hit you with a question. What was your first con you've gone to in a cosplay costume, and what was your most recent one that you went to?
My first time cosplaying actually was I went to SuperCon in like 2013 or 2014, and I had my mom rush me to like 7 different stores so that I could go as Finn the Human from Adventure Time. And I didn't really get what cosplay was. I just was like, people dress up, so I put it on, and so that was my first time. And I honestly thought cons were like a big flea market, and I wasn't into it. But yeah, I went with my mom, and it was not a great time. But yeah, neither of us were really impressed. But I kind of wanted to give it a second shot, and so I did a few years later when I wore McCree. But my most recent con was it Tampa Bay? It was MegaCon. Yeah, I went to MegaCon back in August or September, and that was a really, really good time. I wore Mando, and it was cool. It was really nice getting to hang out with all my friends and walk around. I pushed Grogu in a stroller all day. Interesting experience.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was gonna say, I bet the fans, I mean, with how great of a series, The Mandalorian was, I mean, just seeing that with the little Grogu, I mean, people were probably just snapshotting.
Oh yeah, it was funny because I was walking around, and it was funny because people like see the helmet. I'm short, so they would see me coming. I'm all like shiny and stuff. And then I think they saw the stroller, and at first were like dismissive, thinking like, oh, she's got like a child with her. And then they'd like do a double take, the little green guy in there, and they'd be like, oh my God, she's got Grogu. And I'm like, yeah, where else is he gonna be? I'm not gonna leave him at home. I don't want to pay a babysitter for this.
No, you think I want to keep him in the starship right now, girl? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's hot out there. He's gotta be right here.
Yeah, that's right. The windows can't go down in there.
Yeah.
We do.
So, go ahead, Steve.
Did you? We have a question from the herd chat.
There we go.
All right, and this comes from Geek Driven. Is there anyone or any character that inspired you to be a cosplayer?
So I would say I had been doing cosplay, but I didn't really call myself a cosplayer till I got kind of serious about it in 2017. And it was after I went to MegaCon. I stood in line to meet Allison Tabitha. If you don't follow her already, she's incredible. Does some brilliant builds and amazing makeup. I mean, she's fantastic. And I stood in line. I really wanted to meet her. I was kind of embarrassed, and my dad was like, "Go ahead, I'll wait for you." So I waited in line. And I got up there, and she was just so warm, and she knew who I was cosplaying, even though I did kind of a terrible job at it. I mean, it was good for the level that I was at. It just wasn't, I look back on it now fondly, but it just wasn't where I am now. It wasn't as good as it could have been. Mm-hmm. And she knew what it was, and she was super kind about it, and, just complimented me on everything that I had done and the look of it and stuff like that. And she was just so warm that I was like, wow, like, there's good people in this community, and I think I'd like to keep doing it. So I would say that, yeah, Allison Tabitha is the person that inspired me to continue cosplaying. I think if I hadn't had that experience, I would not have continued.
Awesome. All right. I think Eric is a little frozen in here.
Oh, he's playing mime.
Yeah. He's Mr. Mime from Pokemon.
Oh man, he's mad stuck.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so I'll hit you with another question.
All right, bring it on.
Which cosplay is the most difficult to get on and off? That's going to require your time where you're like, oh man, I love this cosplay, but
that is so. Right now, I can tell you it's gonna be my Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, but that's not done. So I'll give you a real one, Mando, 100%. It is literally 30 minutes in a parking lot of trying to strap everything on and getting somebody to help me. I can't get into it alone it's another 20 peeling everything off. It's miserable. It is a miserable, terrible thing to wear, but it's so worth it.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, I got beamed up for a second. So technology, right?
Oh man.
Yeah. So I don't know if we got to this question. Among all the many cosplays that you actually have done, which one do you enjoy doing the most, and then which one is probably your least favorite?
I gotta say my favorite is probably either Wonder Woman or Mando, purely because I love Wonder Woman and like everything that she stands for. And so for me, I feel like when I put it on, it's kind of like I am the character for that minute, you know. It just it's she's like an aspirational kind of character, and you know, I feel pretty and powerful and stuff in it. So I really like it. Mando, I like the anonymity.
Hey, wifey 420.
Which is pretty cool. I like that one too. My least favorite, I'm trying to like, I've got Mando blocking the cos closet, so I'm trying to like get out of the way.
He's protecting. That's
I know. Yeah, he's the enforcer
doing his
right
job.
there.
Sometimes I move him around and I forget where I move him. I come in the dark and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, you know. I gotta say, I think my least favorite is probably Power Girl, because the right wig for it just makes me look like a little coconut. It's tight in all the wrong places. It's just a nightmare. I hate that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some stories with like, you know, certain costumes that are just like it really does put the strain on the actual wearer. You know what I mean? It's super uncomfortable, but you know, they're doing it for the love, for the passion of it. And so, yeah, I couldn't imagine, you know, putting on some boots that are just squeezing my feet. Yo, I'd have to go freaking full Hobbit on that, even if I was Power Girl or whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like my legs in my little space boots, but that's like the only part that matters. You know, I'm sitting there like everything else is just squeezed in and it's like leathery. It's just awful.
Oh my gosh.
I think we got some other questions.
Oh yeah, I think I saw some.
Chat.
Yeah. I thought I
got
saw
one
CRG.
from CRG. Sorry for asking this ahead of time, but how much would you spend in a given year on cosplay costumes? Which is your all-time favorite?
Oh, wow.
That's a good question.
I haven't spent as much money as I've spent on cosplay this year in any given year. Honestly, I don't count. I'm not even trying to be cute about it. I have no idea. I keep it that way on purpose, but I can say it is a 4-digit number and it should not be. Second part of that was my all-time favorite. Yeah, definitely Wonder Woman. I can go ahead and agree on that. That's another one of my expensive ones, but I just like her. I feel good about it.
Yeah, you totally embody it for sure. You totally embody it. Those like pictures that you have are amazing. I'm like, yeah, she's
that's what I'm feeling myself, you know.
You know, you got to, you know, you're full Amazon right there, you know, so you got to do it up like that.
And then
we got another question. How difficult is it to create a costume from scratch, and do you enjoy it? From Geek Driven.
It's tough depending on what it is. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it all kind of comes down to what it is exactly that I'm building. My Mandos and stuff like that have been complete nightmares. They've taken forever. It's been a lot, and it's the kind of thing that you can go ahead and chart out a path, but there's always going to be something that comes up. But I actually do enjoy it. I love painting and putting things together, and for me, it's very much I'm kind of a narcissist. So for me, it's like you take a bunch of pieces and you put it together, and you can go ahead and show everybody that doesn't care. Like, look, I did this. It used to be this. It used to be this, and now it's this. And that for me is ideal. That's why I like making my own stuff.
Yeah, and you know, coming from, you know, a fellow fan, I mean, when she says she's showing you guys, I mean, she really does include everybody with her builds, you guys. I mean, it's every step of the way, whatever she's doing, you kind of get to see, maybe not in real time, but you're definitely seeing the costume itself take shape. And so, you know, again, like I told you backstage, that's something for me, like that can appreciate the craft. I really do appreciate seeing all of that stuff, because that's just really cool.
Alonzo, the answer to this is yes, bro. Yes. She's amazing. Check check her ig, you guys. Check
Yes,
her ig.
yes. Her
Thank you.
description is
Oh,
in
you got
below.
Fuzzy Dunlop. Bam. Says your socks outrageous.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
All
Let's
right.
see. So, Steve, you got a question? Yes.
Yes. Cosplaying is an art that requires a lot of planning and managing. How do you prefer to get funding for some of your work? Because we know it does get expensive. It is a hobby and it is a passion that you have, and you're good at it. So,
yes, indeed.
I mean, hey, my preferred method would be money falling out of the sky or a lotto ticket, right? But
right.
at the end of the day, I'm still a full-time college student, so I don't like have a job. I just sit here like a bum. But for me, I illustrate on the side, and honestly, I love drawing. Drawing has been my life. Drawing is like my other big love. I get the same amount of satisfaction from drawing as I do from creating a whole costume. So that's honestly like my preferred method is, people hit me up, I draw what they want. Makes me super happy to draw things that people like and please them in that way. And so that's my preferred method. I mean, I've got Ko-fi and all that kind of stuff, but I prefer to work for my money, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Drawing, that's awesome. How long have you been doing that, if you don't mind me?
My whole life. I don't know how to hold a pencil properly because I started drawing before I could write. So
wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you got uncanny swag complimenting your weathering techniques.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. That's my favorite thing to do. I overweather because I like to make things look wrecked. So
yes. The distress look is like second to none. You just can't replicate that.
It's got to look as distressed as I am on the inside, right?
You got another question coming in?
Let's see, from Alonzo. Yeah.
No, I haven't actually. I used to want to illustrate for Marvel, and then I realized that I wanted to make real money, so I got into advertising.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
You got a fellow drawer right here, my man Lord Chucks, man.
Love to see it.
He can graph and draw, man. The guy's a beast.
That's killer.
All right, here, Jeff, just bam.
Is there a character I want to cosplay as but haven't yet? Trying to think. Is there anybody? Because I feel like I do everybody. Wow. My dream is actually I'd love to have like a full Iron Man suit. I'd love to do that.
That would be sick.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the one I was literally talking about building this Agent Tex from Red versus Blue. I love the Spartans from Halo, and I really want to build one. So that
would be awesome.
Nice.
Right.
That's a good one. Now, since cosplaying is it's a community in itself, right? Mm-hmm. Has there been anybody that you like in the future have wanted to collaborate with?
Yeah. So honestly, it would be a dream to collaborate with Alice and Tabitha. She followed me back like 6 months ago, and I had an aneurysm about it. I was like freaking out. One of my friends who's friends with her, he showed her my profile, and she was so sweet, and I was sitting there like freaking out, like, don't even, please, I'm so awkward. I'd love to collab with her. Besides that, I follow so many awesome Mandos. I bother like half of the Boba Fett's and the 501st. Like, I've befriended so many of them. One of my really good friends, we're planning to collab all weekend at Home At. So on a more home-based thing, I'm dying to collab with my friend Shane. He's got some great kits, and we're gonna make some great content. So that's there's two people.
Nice. So that'll be something we can expect for the future. We'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can't wait. So you also got some questions as well.
Yep.
You got CRG. Can you show some of your drawings?
If man.
Not,
do you have don't have any next to me right now.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint. They're actually all on that wall. So.
Yep.
What is your favorite superhero to draw?
Ooh, superhero wise. I'm not good at him, but I love drawing Bucky. That's my guy. I like drawing things that are metal and like a bunch of textures and stuff like that. So I really like drawing Bucky.
Gotta love him.
My Fennec Shand is badass. Thank you. I love her so much.
All right.
Let's see, Bleeding Star. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man, real Renaissance person out here. I love to see it.
Yeah, Bleeding Star.
That's right. Now,
Right.
do you have a, like, when you go to cons, like, do you have a most like requested like character? Like when you're either invited to a con or whatnot, do they, ask you like, what are your 3 or however long the cons are? Do you have any of them that actually specifically ask for a certain
I
character?
can't say I've ever had anybody ask me specifically, at least from con organizers. I get people that know that I'm going, and Wonder Woman is one that people usually want to see in person. Which I mean, I think is a win because I'm usually in a better mood if I'm in Wonder Woman. So I think I'm more approachable.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, honestly, I don't really ask because at the end of the day, I could ask you like, what are your 3 favorite? What do you think I should wear? And I might take into consideration, but if I walk in there and something else surprises me, I'm literally just going to disregard any opinions I've heard before. So,
all right.
You got another question right here.
Ah,
favorite anime character if you'd cosplay and money wasn't a question?
I actually don't watch anime. So...
yeah, that's all right. That's
all
right.
right.
That's all right. But it's definitely there's many characters. Like obviously, there was actually one in mind that I could see you like really bringing this character to life, and just like with your long hair, just like kind of like, since you're an artist, the artwork that if you ever had done any kind of face painting is the first Hokage from Naruto. With the build, the armor, it's very similar, samurai-esque armor, but just like the expressions that you give in some of your characters that you portray, I mean, I think you would make an excellent first Hokage.
I don't know what that is, but
I will send you
I
will DM you that one, dude.
Yeah,
I will
send
DM
it to
you.
Kamikaze, what's up?
What's up, Kamikaze? Yes. Right. Yeah, Steve, go ahead.
So what future cosplays would you see? Would we see coming up in the future?
So I've got my Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, which should be done within the next 2 months. I've got Book of Boba Fett. That's going to be really redundant. I don't know how anybody's going to shorten that, but anyway. I just have a bunch of stuff that I haven't shot yet. I haven't set up the home studio. So, I've given snippets of everybody, like, Scarlet Witch, Psylocke, all that kind of stuff. That's been out there, but just in selfies. So mainly I've got a backlog of photo shoots like this that I've got to work on.
Yeah, I bet planning for all of those different things, like can be quite the task. I mean, like you make lists for, materials that you need to buy, and then not to mention like also like getting it out there, so I can imagine how much time it takes, and then just like, again, like what you said, just the backlogging of what you have is just probably can be a little overwhelming, I would imagine.
Oh, for sure. I mean, unfortunately, I'm like Talon and Grip. So my dad and I set up the home studio, and I have to do it with him. And it's like you spend the morning setting it up, and now I got to go put on makeup and like a tight thing when I'm sweaty, and it's like a freaking nightmare. I don't want to do that after all that. So I've got like 18 million different things, and it's contacts and wigs and all this stuff. I mean, I end up tired and hungry. I'm like all kinds of hangry by the end of that day,
I could imagine. And Uncanny Swag here has some ideas for you, Magic and Polaris as possible.
I might consider those
Marvel ideas.
I've thought about Magic before, so
yeah. I think you'd be a badass Magic. That would
I gotta add those to the list.
With a big sword.
Oh, I like those. I've got a couple big ones in the closet right now that are like 5 feet. So I don't need to be. I don't need to be hyped up to build another sword.
What's going on, cousin?
Another Marvel character that I would be able to see you do and like really bring out the character is Elektra when she's donning the Daredevil outfit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've thought about doing Elektra a couple of times. I prefer the Netflix version because the other one I don't know what that's all about. I'm not trying to flash anybody. So
yeah, no. Let's see, another question from CRG. Do you have an artist that you tried to emulate?
Cosplay wise, no. I kind of do it my own way, but when I draw, I'm always looking at J. Scott Campbell. I think he's phenomenal. I love his style. And he's an Instagram guy. His name is Venomous, Venamis. Oh, that guy's astounding. I'm always looking at his stuff and going like, how's he doing it? So those are my inspirations.
That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. We got another. Let's see. We know that Wonder Woman empowers you. What other comic book character empowers you?
Oh my God. Okay. So it doesn't seem like a comic book character, but Eric Draven from The Crow, that 1994 movie with Brandon Lee.
Yes.
They were comics first. I've got him on my wall looking at me there. I've got, my Funko and I have like the special edition comics. I live by that movie and that comic, so that for me is like so near to my heart.
The Iron Geek. Yeah, it can't rain all the time.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
That's I live by that. Yeah, that's my creed.
Yeah, what a great movie. I know our D'Anime, who's in here, he had mentioned something, like in the past about The Crow just being like another kind of like take on like what a superhero, can kind of be like. And so I mean, your Eric Draven cosplay, that one, like you just did the makeup work, everything was awesome.
Oh, that one's so much fun for me to do. I actually, I usually wear like 7 rings on my hand because I'm a weirdo, but one of them is actually a replica of Shelley's engagement ring because that movie it means everything to me.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I love The Crow. We used to watch it all the
time. We're big Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee fans over here. As
awesome
are
stuff.
Many people here in the chat. You know what I mean? You cannot hate on Bruce Lee or Brandon Lee. R.I.P. to them
absolutely
both.
Not. Yeah.
And you always have to have 10 rings because you never know when you're gonna have to put 5 across the eyes on something.
That's true. That's true.
I mean?
The backhand.
I gotta get 3 more. 3 more, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
Are there any cons you want to cosplay at that you haven't? I think I asked that question, Jeff, but
oh man,
you could ask it again.
I'd love to go to SDCC or NYCC or something like that. I'm not really huge into crowds, so I feel like that might freak me out. But if I went as Boba, I'd be good because then I could just like, don't even look at me. I'm not a person. I'm just a dude,
Yeah, made by, right?
Yeah.
If you ever come down to San Diego Comic-Con, that's where we're at. We always go every year. So
I'll let y'all know for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Yes. That's right. That please are +1 for Snarky,
Awesome.
she's scoring the points. So another question that we have is, what sort of advice do you have for like those like beginning like cosplayers that are like kind of like aspiring to get to like get to the next level of what they may be currently at, or even just getting started? I guess we'll start there, like getting started, and then kind of any advice continuing on.
I gotta say that I think the most important thing that I could tell anybody is just do it for you. I think a lot of people tend to look at this from the perspective of like, there are so many people that are already so much bigger than I am, for instance. I mean, when I got started, I was, following, I had 12 followers at one point, just like anybody else. And first and foremost, it's not even about that. But I think if you're not doing it for you, then it's never going to be exactly what you want. I think if you're looking at somebody else and going, they did it better, or, they're already so much further ahead, they already did this. That doesn't mean anything. We're all a bunch of dorks dressing up. And I think that the only way you really get it to a level where you want it to be, even if you're just buying a costume, it's got to be somebody that you really like. You got to do it for you, because the only way that I've ever gotten anything done, with as many things that, get in the way and go wrong along the way, is just through the obsession and the love of the character. So if you're not doing it, to your standards to make yourself happy, you're not going to be satisfied with it. So, think about it from that perspective. Do it for you. That's what I would tell anybody.
That's great. That's great advice. Definitely words of wisdom, to pass on to kind of like any, passion that, any of us would really have to do. So I think that's perfect.
Man.
A non-narcissistic comment. Thank
you. And then, is it true there's like 1-9 ratio girls to guys at cons?
Yes.
Yeah. Just flat out.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Straight gave him the Ice Cube Fridays. Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of cosplayers, you'll see more girls than guys for the most part, at least at tables. But it's there's a lot more dudes than gals at these things.
Hey, what's up, Glenn? Yeah, I did, have a follow-up question with, since you said you had mentioned about like large crowds and, like some of your plans in the future would be, to go to San Diego and New York Comic-Con. Now with the cons that you have been to, with people coming up to you and asking like, oh, and especially if you have like your booth, I know you kind of already have like that as a mindset if you're there, but like, does that part of the experience like make you a little uncomfortable and you're just like pushing through that discomfort?
I gotta say, I'm a ham. I love talking to people, and it's funny because to me it's like my normal day to day. I'll put on some clothes. I dress out a little bit. I wear cowboy boots everywhere, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I just exist, right? But for me, I'm kind of an introvert. Yeah, I'm kind of an introvert. I don't really, bother. But at these things, it's honestly like I go in like different mode. It's Snarky J time. I'm out there, and it's funny because sometimes like that slips and I'll be sitting there and like my neutral face is apparently really sad to a lot of people. So I'll just be sitting there like actively dissociating and somebody walks up and is like, "Hey Jay," and I'm like, "Oh my God, yes, hi." And so for me, it's like I enjoy it. It's only something that I'm pushing through like 4 p.m. on Sunday. I'm already done by then. I don't ask me for anything. I want to be left alone. I'm tired. I'm probably hungry. My apple cinnamon bars are done. I gotta go home. It's but I love talking to people and for me it's like I've gone up to so many tables and have had some disappointing experiences, and it's such a bummer when you follow somebody and you feel like they're part of your life, and then you go up and they just have no interest in talking to you, or they're super dry, or they just fall flat. And for me, I live with the thing of I never want to be that for anybody. I don't want anybody to come up to my table and go home and think, man, I met Snarky J Cosplay and she sucked. Never. So I am there to put on a show. I'll be nice to you. Let's chat. Come show me the thing you bought. Come tell me how your day went. Hell, tell me what you ate for breakfast. We'll discuss breakfast. I don't care. That's to me part of the experience, and I love it.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to look
I think that's something that. Yeah, no, I was just going to say that I think that's a very noble experience for you, like for the opportunity that you're giving to like people that are expecting, like especially if they follow you, they see how you are on IG and any other social platforms, and then when you basically are making good on that, on who you are, you know what I mean? Like you said, like you don't want their experience to just be like, oh man, like I was really looking forward to this, so I think that's incredibly you know what I mean? It's just it's just a very incredible thing, that you can give to somebody, is to basically have them fulfill that experience, because whether they're 13 to 41, I mean, if they're fans, they're really going to support you. And I think that's great that you do that. You are who you say you are.
Yeah, I mean, for me, at the end of the day, you look at the convention and it's the sum of your experience. I mean, all of these little things that happen to you and that you do at the convention are going to be what you look at the convention like as a whole. And I don't ever want to be the reason that anybody goes home and thinks, you know, cosplay girls are assholes. Like, you know, pardon my French, but no, you're going to come to my table and I'm going to make it a good time for you.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I think I mean, you get your fair share of those. Obviously, I mean, they're just people that just are just mindful, like mindless. Let's just say that they just come in just. But that's awesome that you know, like you do such a thing, because I think that, like to Eric's point, it really builds the experience, and it gets a little bit of yourself out there as well. You know, because I think comic communities, toy communities, and cosplay communities, and pop culture, everything kind of comes together, and you meet a lot of great people in this community. So, and you're obviously one of them. So, we are.
Thank you.
Yeah, nerd fandom is just all over, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, having the opportunity to geek out, you know, with one another, whether it's a big gathering or small gathering. What's up, Double J's? I mean, it's that's I feel like that's just what this community is all about. You know, if you can't portray, draw, you know, talk about, you know, like who you like, I mean, where can you do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, again, Snarky J, I would really like to thank you for the opportunity to be able to, you know, ask you these questions, because, you know, this is an art that, again, is appreciated by many, you know, that are like true fans of the craft. And so we really do appreciate the opportunity for you being here. Yeah.
No, hey, I mean, I love doing this. Like I said, I'm a chatterbox, so I love coming out and getting to talk to some cool people. So I dig it just as much as y'all do, probably.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you know, we would be happy to have you back at some point, you know what I mean, to go over some of your new builds that you're working on, you know, and like just for the future, if you know, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, whenever y'all want. I never have anything to do, so.
But you're building the best of boba. I mean, look at that boba shelf right there.
I know, man.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Look at that.
There are my boys.
Collector's Madness, guys.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's my whole thing.
And Snarky J, if you can show us, you know, the people in the chat the comic that you know you showed us, because
you guys are gonna love this.
Yes, this cover.
Let me
you guys
slip it out without killing any of my guys here.
That's right.
Bam.
This was gifted to me by a friend and a follower. Star Wars Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction. If you haven't read this one, it's so worth it, because this is the link that I had like a PDF pirated. But anyway, this is what I would send people when they were like, Boba Fett's a loser, and I'm like, no, he's not. Go read this. He's a real badass.
Yeah, he's a baller, yo.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Inja, I want to apologize to Inja, because I saw that she had a question. I read it throughout the chat. That's why I was going back up.
Okay.
So I wanted to say my bad. Inja, do you have a specific question? My apologies in missing that.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I just want to make
because
sure.
I know Inja is, you know, also like a fan of. She, you know, when we get the opportunity to have her on, you know, she had mentioned that she might just also do, you know, come in as in a cost. So that would be really cool to also see.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
The more the merrier. I'm all about trying to get other people into this. So.
Oh yeah, I know my cousins were. My cousin Jay was telling us we need to all cosplay for a con, probably when we go to Vegas.
Yes, do it.
He wants to be Fat Goku, you know.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's right. You know what? Everybody's everybody, regardless of what we look like. I don't look like anybody that I do, so let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, Inja. Just checking, girl.
Yeah.
All right. Eric, back to you.
Yes, no, I mean, so again, Snarky J, we thank you again for being here. We'll definitely have you on in the future to continue, you know, any further builds that you have again. And, you know, Steve, I know this is going to be a short week with Thanksgiving coming up. You know, we hope all you guys have a great Thanksgiving, spending it with your loved ones. But tomorrow, you guys, we do have Geek Factor, which is you know, it's going to be live, you guys. We got episode 3 for this game show, you know, and I'm curious as who our contestants are going to be, who's going at it, who will be joining Steve and J2 and Moonlit and Hyper Combo in the next, you know, few rounds. So Snarky J, for you, this is a game show that is encompassing all types of pop culture. And yeah, we just get on, and it's a fun time. It's a fun time. You get opportunity. Come join us tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 9:30. Yeah. So if you ever get an opportunity, come check it out.
Sounds good.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, I think Steve, is that the only thing that we have for this week? Is that correct?
That is the only thing we have for this week. We are closing the week out. We want everybody to enjoy. Actually, on Friday, if DJ Links puts a promo, I will be in that rap battle for Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Just I mean, we have comic rap battles. Snarky J.
Oh,
there's comic content thrown in there, so it's this community is like awesome. I mean, I freaking love it. We have it all encompasses everything, and I just again want to thank you for joining us. But that's probably be it. And other than that, man, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your families. The most greatest gift of all is family. So, and I'll pass it down to Snarky J. Where can they find you? What do we got going on next? Right.
So y'all can find me. I think they put my Instagram down there at Snarky J Cosplay. It's been really cool being here. I'm currently working on a whole lot of Boba Fett, but you know, for those of y'all that aren't into that, I've got other stuff too in the works. And I think y'all have a little saying that you like to say here. If you want to do it right, collect what you like.
That's right.
And I'm real stoked that I remembered it.
I know Michelle. I know Michelle's like, yes.
Yes.